Hello and welcome back for another historic gameplay video. Today we're going to be taking a look at this Breach Storm deck. What we're trying to do here is fill our own graveyard and utilize Underworld Breach to recast our spells and build Storm. And then eventually our primary win condition is going to be Brain Freeze, where we mill our opponent out. Initially during the combo turn, we can use Brain Freeze on ourselves to fill our graveyard for the Breach. And then once we have a critical mass of cards, we can just start targeting our opponent. As a backup, we have a main deck copy of Grape Shot, similar to the Brain Freeze. If we have Underworld Breach, we can cast it and target our opponent, and then we can recast it from the graveyard. And each time we do this, the Storm continues to increase, and it usually only takes a couple of triggers to kill our opponent. And then there's a Wish sideboard as well, which we can use to grab some more Storm cards, or we can grab some of our missing combo pieces, such as a Breach. And additionally, there's a few answers to opponent's lock pieces, such as bounce spells and some destruction for artifact and enchantments. When it comes to the rest of the deck, we have a handful of cost reducers in the form of Ruby Medallion, Round Monsoon Mage, and Artist Talent. Then there's our card advantage cards in the form of Reckless Impulse, Ren's Resolve, and occasionally Jessica's Will, which can also be used to make mana. And then on the mana front, we have Burgi, which lets us create an additional red mana every time we cast a spell. Paired with our cost reducers, this often makes spells free. Manamorphose, which can generate positive mana if we have a cost reducer, and also cycles for a new card. And Pyretic Ritual, which, again, if we have a cost reducer, is essentially a dark ritual. And then the last card here, Exhibition Tidecaller, a new card from the Strixhaven set. Each time we cast an instant or sorcery, target player mills 3 cards. Again, in the early game, we can use this to fuel our graveyard for Breach. And then once we have a critical mass, we can start targeting our opponent and just making the game end a little bit quicker. We're running 17 lands, including 4 Prismatic Vista. We like to thin out some of the basics from our deck so that when we're flipping cards, we're less likely to stall. And outside of that, the game plan is fairly similar to other Storm decks, so we'll see how it compares with the mono red version that we just played. And without further ado, let's jump into the matches and see how the deck does today. This hand is fine. Attempts to turn 2 Burgi. Then we can try to combo off on turn 3. Opponent shocks in. Here we'll hold full control, make them think we're a Wizards deck, and we're up against Living End. Depends how fast they combo off. Ral is a great top deck as well. It means we can play Ral out here and still try to combo next turn.
I'll do whatever it takes.
Another Cycler. Notably, they were on the play here, so they might be able to go right now. The Cascade cards are usually 3 and 4 mana, so it depends which one they have in hand. I think we do need to draw into a land to be able to have a combo attempt next turn, and we miss. Here, I think we need to Ren's Resolve. Alternatively, if we Ritual and then Resolve, we'll have 2 mana floating, so even if we find our land, that won't be enough. Do we flip? Actually, I think we will. This protects it from the Living End.
People are going to remember the name, Ronald.
Play this Ritual from Exile. Our Impulse. Repeat. And we still haven't hit a land. Unbelievable. Miss again. But Jessica's Will here should win it. Play out Pyretic Ritual. And our opponent concedes. Good game. This hand needs a cost reducer still, but it's not bad. Play out a tapped land. Valakut could be Storm or Oops All spells. I think we'll ritual out our Burgi. Looks like Storm. For the mirror match. Just make red with the first one. And then don't need to use Jessica's Will yet. Here we'll make one blue. Then we'll start flipping some cards with the Impulse. Try and find a cost reducer. Not yet. We used our blue mana, so I'll make another one here. Then let's see. We can play out the talent this turn. I think we'll go for the combo kill. Let me just map it out here before we get going. If we play out Jessica's Will for 3, then we'll have 3 mana left. We can go up 6. Yeah, so this looks pretty good. Play out the talent. Level it up. Manamorphose. Discard Brain Freeze. Red, red. Ren's Resolve. Discard some of these lands. Another Impulse. Discard the land. You can play out the Medallion. Discard the land. And our opponent's seen enough. With the Wish here, I'm feeling pretty good. On to the next. This hand looks fine. We have a cost reducer. Impulse to dig deeper. Swamp. And a Divest. So they're on Reanimator. They didn't use Thoughtseize on turn 1. Alternatively there, we could have used the Ritual, played out the Medallion, and then Impulsed, but I have a feeling our opponent's just going for it, which they do. So this is the last turn of the game. And I don't think we can afford to play out the Tidecaller first, so we'll start with the Ritual. Need to hit a mana generator here. And unfortunately, we're 1 turn too late here. Wish could have grabbed our Grafdigger's Cage if we were on the plate. And I don't think any of these are going to help us. I only have 2 cards in Graveyard. Well, actually, we'll play out the Breach for 1. Can play out the... Well, I said we're just going to run out of mana. If we Brain Freeze ourselves here, this might have done it. So we'll be able to Ritual a couple times, get Burgi out, and then we'll have enough mana to continue going. So get rid of a couple lands here. That will allow us to cast Burgi, which is cost reduced. So we'll still have 1 mana floating. Get rid of the land, the Ritual, and the Tidecaller. Play out another Ritual. Get rid of the Burgi and the Impulse. Then from here, we can use Ren's Resolve. Don't think we need the Brain Freeze. We'll leave the Ritual. That's not what we're looking for. Play out Row. Wish.
My genius is rotting in this dump.
Don't remember how many this is. I just hope it's more. 9. That'll flip some cards we can play for free. And this should be more than enough. Make blue. Play out the Tidecaller. Ritual out some mana. Start milling our opponent. Manamorphose. Make blue and red. Can start brain freezing our opponent. It's unlikely they have a card in their deck that shuffles their graveyard back in, since it's kind of a nombo with the Reanimator. And our opponent concedes here. Great game. This hand looks fine. Here, we'll play out the Spire Bluff, hold full control. Again, make our opponents think we might be on Wizards. And it's going to be Reanimator. Taking our opponent a second here. Maybe they don't have a good creature to discard, or maybe they have too many. So they just go with the Ulamog. If we can get up to our Wish next turn, we'll be able to grab our Graph Digger's Cage from our sideboard. Nope, opponent has to reanimate here. That's fine. Let's see. We don't need to start on a Ritual, but I think we'll use one. Flip over a couple lands. Fetch to thin. Play out a mountain. What is this ward? Sacrifice 2 permanents, so we'll never be able to target that with Grape Shot. Use a Manamorphose. Go up a mana. Another Medallion doesn't do anything for us. I guess it does. Ritual. Play the Wish. This can get Storm Memories. We could get, so empty the Warrens is for chump blockers. Could play out the Storm Scale Scion. Well, 6 dragons in the air might do it. Seven dragons with the Storm. See how our opponent deals with this. Nothing in our graveyard for them to reanimate. They attack in. We'll eat their Ulamog. Could have let it hit us as well. Doesn't matter. Good game. This hand is fine. Similar to the last couple games, we'll hold full control. Pass the turn. Reanimator again, back to back. They have an Atraxa this time. Oh. Our hand's not quite as good as last time. There's the death. So Thoughtseize is going to be trouble for us if they get to take it from us. Emperor of Bones can reanimate Valgavoth next turn, or they can use Necromancy. That also messes with our graveyard. So it's going to be very difficult. Not impossible. But we'll need some good top decks here. Alright, so I think we start off. I said we're going to have to combo off all at once anyway. We'll fetch to thin. Go grab our mountain. Ritual. Manamorphose. And I don't think we need the blue, but might as well just add some. Friends Resolve needs to hit some cards to keep going, and it does. We'll Impulse here. There's a Wish. What's in exile right now? That's just our cards. So here we can do the Ritual. Let's see, play out Ral first. Jessica's Will for mana.
Deserves respect.
Play out Pyretic Ritual and just count how many cards we've cast so far. We started 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will be 6. We can flip Ral actually, if this succeeds. See what we hit here. That was pretty bad. Manamorphose will go up a mana. Can Reckless Impulse. Alright, and then similar to last game, I think we could also wish for Breach. I think it's not really needed, so we'll just grab our, make sure we get the right one, Storm Scale. And then, say we could also Brain Freeze. That could give them better Reanimator targets. Right now they don't have it, so don't think we want to do that. Don't want to hit ourselves either. So we'll just pass the turn. Opponent can go back up to 20 by sacrificing their Atraxa, but yep, no follow-up. So we managed to get the Reanimator deck in back-to-back games with the same win condition. On to the next. This hand is missing fast mana and a cost reducer. No companion from our opponent, so we don't have an insight into what they're playing. They kept their hand. I think we can do better. And this is better, assuming we draw into a mana. We'll risk it. Third Reanimator deck in a row. I think it's going to get us this time. There's an Iona. All we can do is play out our mountain here. Opponent's going to name red if they have Reanimate. Teeny Bones, so they're not quite there yet. And then I don't think we need 2 cost reducers. There's our land. With this one, we'll go get blue. Play out the Ruby Medallion, and then next turn, we can have a combo attempt if our opponent doesn't have a Reanimate. But they kept one on top here, so it's not looking good. There's the starting town for 3 mana, and there's Necromancy. Red means that we're going to be in trouble. They also don't take any damage from playing it out. Play out our Tidecaller. Thoughtseize has no good targets. Can't cast any of these. And we're definitely not winning this race. We'll show our opponent who's boss, hit them for 0. Down to 4. And another medallion off the top. I'm not going to do it. think if we were on the play here, we would have won. Unfortunate. On the next. No cost reducer here. We could ramp out a Bergie on turn 2. I'll give it a try. See how things go. We have 2 of them in case our opponent has a removal spell. Swamp. Looks like they have a fatal push. Cut down. I like Ruby Medallion better. So we'll get that down first. Another swamp. Bandit's Talent. Can discard one of the redundant Bergie. Manamorphose is good here. So let's see. We'll start on the ritual. Get Bergie down. Manamorphose will be mana positive. And we'll make double red. Impulse is great. Try and keep going. And that misses. I think we'll take the Steam Vents here. Play the Wish. What can this get? Do Storm of Memories. Try and keep going. Can't quite play out our Scion, I don't think. 1 mana short. We'll Storm. And just hold full control in case we draw an instant we want to cast. Probably only be Manamorphose, but our opponent doesn't want to sate. Good game. This hand looks good. We'll keep. Close call here between playing out the Steam Vents tapped and the Vista. I think with 3 lands already in hand, we are going to try and thin here. Commercial District. So likely a Valakut deck. What is this? Nope, it's going to be Living End. So we'll fetch up a mountain. I think we'll go grab another mountain here. Play out our Medallion. Can try and combo off next turn before our opponent's able to cascade. Start with the Resolve. Need to find some mana producers. That was pretty bad. Wish next turn can get our Grafdigger's Cage if they don't go for it here. I think the 3 mana one's an instant though, so that could be risky. They go for it right away. Probably a mistake. Since it's an instant, you probably want to wait until we're in the middle of comboing. But I don't think they're going to be punished because we don't have any follow-ups. See if we start on Bergie here. Wish will only generate 1 mana. We'll show them what we had and then concede. So we did have it covered, but we were just a bit slow. All right, so there you have the deck. And I have to say, the matches today were probably some of the most exciting I've had in a while. There were a lot of little micro decisions to make, and we were able to demonstrate a bunch of the different win conditions that the deck has. Unfortunately, both against the Reanimator deck and against Living End, we didn't get to play out our Grafdigger's Cage to shut down their combos. However, we were able to beat the Reanimator deck 2 out of the 3 games by just being faster than them and generating a bunch of dragons that they weren't able to get past. Outside of that, the deck feels very good. I'm loving the addition of Pyretic Ritual, and honestly, Jessica's Will also is performing well. It's a possibility to try and pump that up to 4 copies, maybe going down 1 copy of Brain Freeze, and potentially shaving something like 1 copy of Underworld Breach as well, which we can access from the sideboard using Wish if we really needed to. Didn't really get to use Tidecaller too much. I think the one game that we had it was already a win more situation where we had the game pretty locked up. So can't really comment as to whether or not that one really improves the deck or not. Gonna need to get a few more matches under its belt before I can really make a determination. But yeah, deck felt great and it was extremely fun to play. I recommend you give it a try. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more content. And as Bryant says, keep storming.